Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's Super Bowl Sunday. How's everybody doing today? We are going to, because I am so behind on my weekend routine, plus it is Super Bowl Sunday. I'm keeping an eye out for any trailers that I might feel, I mean, not that I've been doing a lot of trailers lately anyway, but if there's a big one like for Spider-Man or Doomsday, or something like that, might cover that tonight. So we're going to do a hard stop at 6. I just got a brand new teaser trailer for Supergirl, which I watched. I actually like that a little bit more than the one we got before. So I'm excited to see what all comes out tonight. But anyway, aside from that, I slept like 11 hours last night. I was supposed to record a bunch of shit last night and I just did not. I took a nap, and that nap was, it turned into, I'm not going to get out of bed. So I have not been sleeping well, which is par for the course, most days. So my body was like, I need it. So I have a bunch of shit I was going to record last night that I had not. Welcome to Derry was late today, but it's out. I haven't recorded the Patreon video for it yet, so I'm going to do that tonight. And then the Patreon Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is 7-8 or 7-9. I can't remember which. I think 9. I don't know. We'll see. And then Good Omens as well. Fun stuff. What's everybody else up to? Got Bianca in here. I'll help. I'm going to dye my hair red, red today for Valentine's Day. Hell yeah, man. What's up, Christian? Doing good, doing good. Just finished Jessica Jones season 1. I really enjoyed the season. Love Kristen Ritter as Jessica herself. David Tennant as Kilgrave was a great villain to hate. Was so satisfying to see what happened to him. 100%. So good. So good. It's one of those things where he's such a great villain and such a hateable villain. For me, the show, it was hard to top that. You know, starting off super strong. What's up, Roberto? Doing okay, doing good so far. I had some snacks, had some chips, some popcorn. That's been my breakfast so far. Then I'm gonna close it out with some wings and mac and cheese later tonight for while waiting around with everything else going on. Just saw the new Hell of a Short and it was pretty good, but it was really cool that they were able to bring Grey DeLisle into the short. I hope they can bring Jim Cummings in season 3. I mean, you never know, man. You never know. Their pull is getting stronger and stronger. He's been, you know, Brandon Rogers has been on his podcast. It's definitely possible. What's up, Shano? How are you? Doing good. The cats are also doing pretty well. Everybody's been hanging out inside. Even Jumba has been hanging out inside so much more than usual. I think the cold has convinced him to stay a little bit. He always goes out, does his business, and then comes back almost near immediately. But having him and Jumba, having Jumba and Biscuit in the house at the same time, along with Cookie, creates some interesting bouts of tension for sure, because none of them like each other, and those are all of our outside comers and goers. And then you have Pippi, who's the self-proclaimed alpha of the house, who just likes to annoy everybody. What's up, Truly Ava? How are you? Hope everyone had a good weekend. I hope you are as well. And your alarm paid off, even though we changed the day today. Maybe you updated it yourself. Can't wait for Vision Quest, Avengers Doomsday, and Super Mario Galaxy, the movie. What are your favorite and least favorite movie-based video games? Movies based on video games. My favorite is Sonic 3. My least is Resident Evil from 2000. My least favorite is definitely House of the Dead from Uwe Boll. But then again, all of his video game based movies are straight trash. Favorite movie, not show, because you said we specified movie. I think I have to second Sonic 3 with you, actually. And do I watch the Olympic Games? I do not. I do not indeed. Not typically, at least. Egg. Andrea is in the hospital, and she came home yesterday, so she is getting better every day, which is good. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear she's doing better. What's up, Amrese? I'm doing good. Have you seen the movie called Vampire Academy? It's about a vampire who is a princess. I have not. I have not indeed. That one is unheard to my ears. What's up, Skelly? Super Bowl Sunday. I'm working right now, but it's fine. All good, all good. Hope work goes smoothly for you. I mean, if you're working in food service, though, at least like takeout. Anybody dealing with that is probably getting destroyed. Sublana, I'm doing well. Hope you are. What's up, Lucas? Howdy, howdy. Got a Star Wars update. I watched through all the episodes, Ahsoka, Acolyte, and I'm halfway through Obi-Wan now. You are blowing these things out of the water, man. I'm impressed. You gotta get to, if you haven't already too, you have to eventually do Rebels and Clone Wars. I think Clone Wars especially makes the transition through Attack of the Clones into Revenge of the Sith so much more beautiful, especially with the accenting to everything else later. Hey, happy Saturday, Omni. Hope you're doing well, doing good so far. Stareface, what's up, Mike? I still have to watch season 2 TED trailer. I kind of don't want to and just go in blind. I watched the first one that they put out, and that's been it. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel like it shows a whole lot, but we'll see. I'm excited, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna try to rewatch the films before that point, just so it's fresh in my mind, because I haven't seen them. I don't think I've seen them since they came out, which is evident in my reaction to season 1, because there was a couple of callbacks to that I completely forgot. What's up, Regine? How are you? Hi, everybody. It's a normal Sunday here in the UK. Is that good? I hope that's a good thing. Love the Gravity Falls reaction at the moment. Right now, I'm just waiting for this snow to melt so I can freaking have a plumber come out here and check our pipes. And I can't do anything about that until the snow melts. Lily Chan coming in hot. What's up, Omni? Thank you for the cute cat video. Sorry for missing your live streams. Love your Hell of a Boss short reaction. Still waiting for the Flow reaction. Sorry, I had to throw it out there. It's all good, all good. One day will make me watch cat movie eventually. But thank you so much for the super chat. You are essentially a godmother to these cats at this point. They're for goddamn sure. That is a fact of the matter right now. Thank you so much. Where were we? What's up, Axel? How are you? Should we be worried about Wonder Woman's status in the DCU? It's supposedly been leaked that Paradise Lost has been canceled. I'm afraid her solo movie will end up being canceled too. I don't think a solo movie had ever been announced. At least if it had been, I don't remember it ever being announced. It does make it a little shaky. I think a lot of things right now, especially with the merger, especially with the performance, because a lot of it is going to hinder on how these things perform. Superman was a positive journey, not like huge, but it was still profitable. So right now, I think they're just playing it safe with everything. So we'll see. I didn't hear about the Paradise Lost thing. That sucks if that's the case. What's up, Rashur? Rashur Kitty? Hello. So for Stranger Things, did you think the ending was lackluster? Not at all. I loved the ending. I thought it was almost perfect. The whole final season. I thought it was all extremely well done. There was just a couple of things here and there that I thought it could have been a little bit better. I think there's some segments where it just needed a little, I would have liked to have seen more things, but as far as everything I wanted or needed, it provided. And for every plot hole, there is an easy, simple answer. But we're not going to get into it because I know Lana's here and I don't want to open that can of worms today. Love you, Lana. Let's see. What's up, Red Riot? Just finished your reaction to episode 3 of Welcome to Derry. Your jump scare killed me. Which one? The one I flipped off? Yeah, I chuckled at myself in that moment because that was just rude. I forgot how good Punisher season 2 was. See, I'm one of the people that I didn't like season 2 of the Punisher much at all. It was fine. It was just really disappointing compared to the first season for me. I didn't really have a strong affection for the Punisher season 2. Not doing much today. I might just have some wine and watch a movie. What movie? What movie? Pray tell. I'm glad you and Canada Graphs are teaming up yesterday. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons that kind of threw me off, because I was like, shit, I agreed to do this and I am exhausted right now. But I did it. I committed, and I was not going to burn that bridge real fast. There was no bridge to burn, but I was just going to say I didn't want to call so soon to like the actual stream going live and be like, I don't think I can make it, because I just feel real shitty about that. So I powered through. Are you going to be on his next elimination game? I'm not. I have no idea who's going to be. So who knows right now. Spent the day watching Spider-Man films, as most of them dropped on Netflix. I just forgot how good the Sam Raimi trilogy was. Hey, man. Iconic, man. Iconic. Have I seen From Omni? Season 4 starts April. Crazy time for TV. No, I haven't watched From at all. I've had it recommended quite a bit, but it's not one I've taken the plunge in on yet. Really liked episodes 9 through 7, by the way, except for him dying at the end, and that they have not kissed in the elevator already. Don't know why people hate the new movies so much. It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad you enjoyed your time. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So what are your hopes for Hell of a Boss Season 3? I mean, just more Blitz and Stolas and the rockiness of this adaptation of the relationship. Blitz struggling with, not even struggling with, but like adapting to fame, the power dynamic being flipped, and then shenanigans ensue and heartbreak ensue in whatever way they said. Because like Miranda Rogers teased that season was some of the hardest and heart-wrenching dialogue he's had to like work through. Sub 6E, which has me nervous. Knights of the Seven Kingdoms is getting crazy. Arian is one crazy SOB and worse than Joffrey, maybe? I wouldn't go that far yet. He is definitely not as much of a psychopath as Joffrey as of yet. Joffrey was a little monster. What's up? It's JCYT. How are you? Jazzy's here. Did I hear about the Baldur's Gate series being made? I did. Being set immediately after the events of Baldur's Gate 3 is a bold choice to go into. And I think they said we'll be following new characters, but also characters from the games would make appearances or be involved in some way, shape, or form. So I'm real curious. It's interesting for them to take that route, and also with Craig Mazin. I guess I can't imagine we're going to get that until they're done with The Last of Us, because that's also, he's the showrunner for that. Especially now that Neil Druckmann left. He's the sole showrunner for it now. I'm curious about how that's all going to play. Sent you something related to Supergirl on IG. Did you see it? Don't think so. I mean, I know I didn't, but I'm just wondering if it was the thing I just saw. Oh, no, I had not seen that. But I don't trust that stuff, man. Like test screenings, positive results. It's always hard to take it seriously. I'll take it with a grain of salt. We'll see. Should Wonder Man get a season 2, or will that ruin the story? I feel like, I mean, it was billed as the Spotlight. There's rumors of it possibly getting a season 2. It was really good. I would like it to, I mean, have him come back in a different way, or just a new series that is like a spiritual successor to that. I mean, they could do either, but I don't know. I'd be open to either way. I just want to see more of Trevor and more of Simon, for sure. For sure. Thought of something. I remember Alan Richardson said he met with DC to discuss characters he could play, and while everyone said Batman, I thought he could play Aquaman. He'd make a good one. You're funny, because he's played him before, for anybody that doesn't know. He played him on Smallville. But, yes, Batman is not in the conversation. He confirmed as much. They said Batman was not really in the cards, but somebody else may be, if I remember right. What's up, Darkley? Hey, can you tell me when the next Good Omens and Derry Heroic Tier reactions come out on Patreon? Seen when to renew? I mean, it's every Sunday for Welcome to Derry. It's just today. I need to update that, actually. I forgot to actually update those, which I will do after the stream. I forgot to update the other ones. I forgot to update them because I haven't recorded the new Legendary one yet. So I'll fix that earlier today, or later today. I'll fix that. But Derry's Sundays and Good Omens is on Tuesdays. Just the same days. Everything should update the same day that it posts on YouTube, unless I forget. What's up, Textile Psionic? How are you? What's my drink today? I forget which this wine was. It was one of the ones I got from Monster Mania Con from Pennsylvania. I do not recall which one this was. I'm almost out of it, though. I have a theory that Steve in Doomsday is the same one at the end of Endgame. If that's true, I think that Sam Wilson does something in Doomsday or Secret Wars that makes older Steve give the shield to Sam. Interesting. I mean, it's pretty much confirmed it's Endgame Steve. Will Harley Quinn series have a 6th season, or was the 5th the last one? I'm confused. Season 6 was announced. When it's coming, I have no idea. What's up, Charlotte? How have you been? Good so far, and how's life been getting on so far during this year? During this new year? I mean, so far so good. The cold and the snow is getting real annoying. We've been having some water issues here at the house, and that has not been helping. So waiting for that to melt so I can get that taken care of. Had a little flooding in our utility room, so washing clothes has been rough at the moment because there's like something's blocking our pipe at some point. Like things will drain, it just takes a little bit longer. So anything with a big old rush and flood of water causes some problems. But any thing like a shower, toilet, sink, perfectly fine. As we found out, running the washer though, flooded the utility room. Heard HBO wants to end Night of the Seven Kingdoms at season 3 since they had no book material beyond that point. Hope it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. Fingers crossed it ends well. I don't know where you heard that because they want to go well beyond 3 seasons, and George R.R. Martin, I mean, this is all public. George R.R. Martin gave him his unpublished stories that he's not yet put into books, so they do not run out of runway. So they have access to his full material that the public doesn't have access to yet. So yeah, they're not gonna run out of runway anytime soon. Just finished Gen V 5 months later. Well, hope you enjoyed. Do you pay attention to Super Bowl commercials or watch the halftime show? I just look out for trailers. I mean, that's really the only thing I keep an eye out for when the Super Bowl is going on. Is it's not the game. It's not most of the commercials, though they can be kind of creative and funny sometimes. I've never watched a halftime show, but it's mostly just to see what trailers we get most of the time. Love your reaction to Thunderbolts. Based on that, I think you would love Wonder Man as well as Murderbot. Well, I reacted all to Wonder Man, so you can find out if I enjoyed it. I posted my reaction to every episode of Wonder Man this week. Murderbot, different story. I'm still not wholly sold on that one yet. I've heard good things about it though. What's up, DJ? How are you? House 26, what's your most anticipated movies releasing this year? Probably Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and Clayface. One of mine is Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, which is from the same director as Blackberry. That sounds fun. Or at least interesting. I don't know about fun, but interesting. I'll give you a plot idea. I want you to know if you'd watch or not an animated series about the Bat family where Carrie Kelly, Damian Wayne have a rivalry to see which one of them will be Robin. We already introduced Carrie Kelly, one of my least favorite Robins, versus my favorite Robin. So I don't know, it could be interesting. I don't much care for Carrie Kelly, but I'm always open to ideas when it comes to the Bat family, though. Take this rumor with a grain of salt, but I saw Spider-Man trailer might be coming before Valentine's Day because a Sony movie is coming out Friday. I mean, it's always possible, but then again, I would expect if we got anything for Spider-Man, it might be tonight. Even if just a teaser. I mean, it's the fucking Super Bowl. There's going to be more eyes on it than, like, tonight, if they put it out today, than it would be in some random Sony movie that comes out this week. Is Hell of a Boss Season 3 likely to release this fall or early next year? I think based on certain things floating around and what we know, I feel like it might be a stretch for it to come out this year. If it does, it'll be either fall or winter. I think next year, early next year, may be a more likely scenario, but you know, I don't know. I'm not sure how long they are in everything right now. I heard there's a $180 burger at the Super Bowl. Rich people shouldn't have money. Yeah, that's absurd. Absolutely absurd. So what is the update for Vampire Diaries? I don't know. I have zero intention of watching it right now, so it's not on any of our polls. It won't be. There is no update. Let's see. It'd be crazy going from Night of the Seven Kingdoms to House of the Dragon Season 3 because of the great battles we'll see. Also, just the tone in general. But just, I mean, Seven Kingdoms is a taste of things to come at the end of all of it, at the end of all the chaos. What's up, Joe? Evening from the UK. Can't wait to see the rest of your Welcome to Daria reactions. Yeah, I gotta finish that penultimate episode and the finale, and then we will be done. Clone Wars is next on my list. Just wish they would give us more of Hayden in live action. That man is so good. Yes, I'm sure we'll be getting some more of him in the future. I'll be meeting him next month. I mean, I've gotten a picture with him before, but I'll actually be able to talk to him this time around at this convention I'm going to, which will be fun. Do you think that Mike and friends will stay in touch through their adult years, or do you see they'll go those separate ways? I think it'll be like any friendship that perseveres after that point. They'll probably keep in touch, not see each other often, maybe touch base every now and then, and it could be months, it could be weeks, it could be years sometimes. I mean, that's how me and my friend group are. My high school friends, we still all talk. We have like one get together a year that we guarantee. Outside of that, most of the time, that's the only time we see each other, but we have a group chat that we keep up. But obviously at this point in time, they can't text each other, so it's way more difficult. So they'll probably call, they'll probably maybe hang out every now and then, but not often. But that's just the nature of things. I don't think any of them would stop being friends, though. Some movies are coming up over here really late, like Day the Earth Blew Up, which came out this weekend. Damn. That's a... Wait, am I thinking of the... Oh, no, I'm thinking of a different thing. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I was like, wait a second. Hold up. What? Those 2 episodes, The Knights of Seven Kingdoms, were great. It gave me that hype that early Game of Thrones did. Baelor Targaryen definitely is one of my favorite Targaryens. Yes, he's definitely climbing the ranks right now, especially among the ones that we've talked to. But Daeron also kind of surprised me in this one. A little bit of a selfish shit, but it's a selfish shit that actually doesn't mean to do ill. You guys got it almost a year ago. Yeah, I was thinking about a completely different movie there when I freaked out. What's your favorite video game based show? Fallout for sure. 100%. I would have said The Last of Us until season 2 came out. Nearly $200 super chat. Blimey. Yeah, she's our cat's great aunt now or whatever. Yeah, Lily Chan's here to help us with the cats. That's basically the motivation. But I love it to death. That's why I keep all y'all updated on everybody. In Game of Thrones lore, there hasn't been a trial of 7 since Maegor the Cruel's reign about 168 years ago. Yes, that is something I have since learned. Which is interesting. Oh no, sorry, Maegor. Sorry, I was thinking Maegor. Sorry, I was connecting a dot that wasn't there. But this fact that you stated, yes, I have been informed of such since the episode came out. We got a potential Chucky news this week, only to discover it was merely Lexi's actress filming an unrelated project in Toronto. I mean, I talked to Devin Sawa, and he's just said, don't get your hopes up. He's pretty confident. He seemed pretty confident it's going to come back in some form. Technically, there's a movie script for her being written the same writer as Supergirl, so it's pretty much confirmed. Fun. Hello there. What's up, Ginger? I'm doing well. Daredevil, The Boys, Ted, Invincible, along with the spring shows. Just cannot imagine it being easy to record all of those. I hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, it's going to be rough these next couple months. We're wrapping up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. soon, and I think I might have to... I think it might be best for my own health to wait until this spring rush of television to start a new show to take its place. That's where I'm kind of feeling at the moment. Also, recently watched all 10 seasons of Smallville, and I have to say it was truly amazing. Michael Rosenbaum is hands down the best Lex Luthor ever, period. I agree. I agree with that, with Michael Rosenbaum as well. What do you think having anime series or a cartoon version of Stranger Things, and will you watch it on your own or not? I mean, I'll react to Tales of 85 when it comes out, for sure. I'm indeed in good business, but with a family friend, so semi-working it. I'm listening now through the live, so you are cats, so are the cats that live here. Ooh, fun. But don't forget it, it's Super Bowl today. We'll see if something happens. We'll see. Let's see. My main Stranger Things complaint is season 4 ended with the Upside Down leaking into the real world. In season 5, it's all taken care of. That was an initial problem with mine. I mean, if you watch my reaction to it, like I explain it myself as we get further away from it. Yes, the spell worked to open the gate. However, because of how damaged Vecna was at the end of that fight, yes, the gate was opened and his ritual was a success, but we fucked him up so hard, he couldn't act immediately, which gave the government plenty of time to seal everything up to the main point at the center of the gate, which is what happened. And I think after letting it sit for a while, makes sense. Like, that makes total sense to me. Might be a little disappointing for anybody wanting to go in balls to the wall right afterwards, but logically, it's pretty damn sound in my head. What's up, Macdaw? New subscriber. Been really enjoying going through your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reactions. Have you ever watched the TV show Lost? Thanks for spreading joy. Well, thank you. I've never watched a single episode of Lost, but I know a couple of little points here and there just from, you know, existing in the pop culture sphere, and I know the ending. I know the twist revelation at the end of the show. Let's see. What are you most anticipated for in Brand New Day? Just more Spider-Man, really. Spider-Man and Frank. Any interactions between the two of them? Excited for. For me, it's Frank and Pete's dialogue among... Oh, shit. Yeah. So we're on the same page. I like Jigsaw as a villain, but his face didn't look as scarred as I wanted to be. Like in the comics, he's crazy scarred. Yeah, it was very, very lightly scarred up in it. My problem was that I wish they had committed to a storyline instead of trying to blur two of them together, and I think it didn't work very well. Did you know the actor or the character of Steve is a queer character in the show? For what show? I'm not sure what Steve you're talking about, unfortunately, Bianca. Are there genres or tropes in movies that are just a nope for you? Example, I do not watch things with sexual violence. I don't, not necessarily outright, but there are things that will straight up annoy me, and the biggest one is in fantasy worlds where we feel the need, or they feel the need, that the audience is too stupid to just accept the world for what it is, so they always tie it to Earth. We always have someone from Earth go there, or they come here. I hate it. Have ever watched I Am Not Okay With This? It's my favorite show, and I think you'd enjoy it. I have not seen that one. What's up, Ava? How are you? Have I seen Marty Supreme? It's good. No, not yet. I've heard great things about it, but I've not been keeping up with a lot of the new films coming out as of late. But I've heard some good shit about that one, man. I'm surprised there won't be any Marvel trailers today. Has that been, did somebody say, hey, people out there, don't expect Marvel today? Because I'm sitting here like, I'm expecting Marvel today. Did I miss an update? Update on the Arrowverse rewatch. Finished seasons 1 of The Flash. Man, those last few episodes with the team finding out about Harrison Wells was brilliant. Yeah, dude. Season 1 of The Flash is fucking peak superhero shit, man. So good. I was thinking about watching The Faculty. I haven't watched it since I was a teen. Dude, that movie, I've seen it quite a few times when I was a kid. I absolutely dug the shit out of it. Who's worse, Joffrey, Ramsay, Aerion, or Daemon Targaryen? Honestly, out of all of them, I feel like Daemon's the least egregious. So far. But I think, honestly, Joffrey's... I don't know, man. Ramsay is a lunatic. Joffrey's a power-hungry, narcissistic child, but Ramsay is a psychopath. Difference is he can back it up when he talks shit. Joffrey talks shit and he's a little bitch. So it really depends on which perspective you're looking at. Otherwise, I could put one above the other. After the events of BG3, when we literally have roughly 17 million permutations of ending variations, is truly a choice. Yeah, that's a whole thing too, because like, what endings are they going to go with? Which character is going to show up? How are you going to dance around the inclusion or anything of player choice? It's an interesting decision to go that route. So which Has Been Hotel characters do you relate to the most? Probably relate to the most. It's hard to say because there's aspects of different characters I could say, but if I had to go with like the most relate to, maybe like Lucifer and his reclusiveness, his scatterbrainedness, though not nearly as bad, clearly. But I relate a lot to his depression, to the way he's got this like ADHD spasm about himself. He's barely present a lot of the time because he's always in his own head. I feel like that. If I had to pick anybody, otherwise maybe, I don't know, Charlie or Vaggie? Vaggie maybe Vaggie. Would you rather direct a movie or showrun a series? Probably showrun a series. Sounds like you didn't really like the new ones, but yeah, I won't let anybody stop my new obsession. Literally plundered TK Maxx yesterday and bought 12 Star Wars Funkos. Look at you. The bug is bit. When you start buying Funkos, I feel like that's when the bug bites. Would you like to see a new Defender show with Wonder Man? I mean, I'd love to see more Wonder Man in general. I don't know if he's ever been on the Defenders. The Defenders aren't even on the West Coast where he is, so I don't know if that would make sense. But who am I to say? Let's see. Arian kind of reminds me of Darian's brother Viserys, or Daenerys's brother Viserys from Game of Thrones, who got his face melted. And the fact that Arian thinks he's a dragon in human form makes him more like Viserys. It's true. I mean, that's a lot of them at that point in time, especially while they were still in power. I feel like a lot of them felt the very same. Do you think that the reveal would be better for us viewers if we found out when the team did? But man, Cisco getting killed in that other timeline and that whole moment between him and Wells was so freaking good and heartbreaking. Yeah. Oh, and then the kiss on the beach before the rewind, and they didn't even know that they saved Cisco by doing that. It's all so fucking good, man. It gives me chills just thinking about it. Watching your videos are from Welcome to Dairy. I don't like clowns, but I'm terrified of clowns. And you're making videos that make me more funny than scary. Well, I'm glad I can help with that a little bit, at least lighten the load a little. I really hope that one day we'll have a short episode about Luna and Octavia being together, having a girls' day out together, spending time like they did with Millie and Sally Mae. Right now, at this point in time, I don't think that would make sense as a short at the moment. But I do hope eventually that is something that can happen. I really like that little moment seeing stars between the two of them. What's up, Dawson? So I love your reaction to Wonder Man. In my opinion, it's the top 4 Disney Plus Marvel show, along with Loki, X-Men 97, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I remember people were skeptical right before each of these released, only to be surprised with how consistently strong the writing was, and can't wait for the rest of the shows for this year. Yeah, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I still have not tried that. When we get closer to the release of season 2, I might finally give it a go. We've had a lot of rain here in the UK. I think I'd rather have some snow. I'd rather have some rain right now so I can have somebody fix my fucking pipes. Any other given moment, I wouldn't mind it all that much. I mean, I don't have to leave except to go get food or groceries most of the time, just because now that my IT work I can do from home, at least. So snow doesn't bother me that much, except when I get stuck, which is when that happened last year. But I need somebody to fix this shit immediately, and I can't. It sucked. If I had to create a 6th season for Harley Quinn, I would do a parody of Crisis on Infinite Earths, where we see various Harley Quinns and old Batman cartoons along with our Harley Quinn. I don't know why I said Harley Quinn like that. I would love to see them tackle Crisis, or their own weird. I know I was burnt out on all these other things doing it for a time, especially the Tomorrowverse, but I think Harley Quinn would be a fun show to poke and play around with it. I'm excited for X-Men 97, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Noir. Spider-Noir is one I keep forgetting about. Sam Raimi said he has no plans for Spider-Man 4, but imagine if Gunn gets him to direct Constantine's sequel with Keanu Reeves returning to that role in maybe Elseworlds. Oh, that would be really cool. That would be a pairing I would definitely not mind. As much as I want a more authentic Constantine film, which I do hope we eventually do get in the DCU, if they do want to do the Keanu thing, sure, keep it Elseworlds and bring him in. I think that'd be an interesting little pair. So Betty, are you going to see Scream in theaters or wait till it comes to VOD? I'm not going to see it in theaters. I'll tell you that right now. Take it easy, Lily. I just saw your message pop in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend while you can, and we'll see you next time. New viewers, refreshing. As a new, what's up, Wesley? A new viewer of yours, and it's refreshing to see a reaction channel that actually discusses and appreciates the art they watch. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. I'm glad I try. I take everything I watch, maybe a little too seriously sometimes. But I appreciate it resonates with at least the people that matter. Don't know if you already know, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is very close to getting a spin-off show featuring Bobby and Hunter called Marvel's Most Wanted, which would have been lit. Yeah, that has been mentioned, and obviously, unfortunately, that didn't come to fruition. That would have been fun. I've never been a person who can watch sports. I'll play sports, no problem, but I get bored watching it. I am exactly the same. I'll shoot a ball, I'll play this, that, and the other, but I just get so bored watching it. Did you enjoy Heated Rivalry more than you expected? I know it's probably in the reaction, but my poor ass can't do Legendary. Well, I mean, 4 episodes. You can watch 4 episodes of it at Heroic right now. Only the last 2 episodes are there. I think if you've even seen my first 4 reactions, I think you can say I've enjoyed it. I by the end of it all, I really fucking enjoyed it. It was emotional. It was funny. It was just really good and extremely wholesome, despite, you know, some of the steamy, spicy scenes. But for the most part, wholesome. I'm freaking loving the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. Sir Duncan the Tall is such a nice, great character. His speech in the latest episode made me want to fight with him. Same, dude, same. He's so genuine, and I love it. I'm excited about the 4 Beatles biopics directed by Sam Mendes. I mean, I'm kind of curious about that one. I might check that one out if I get the time. I haven't seen a lot of these musical biopics that have come out in the last couple of years, but I would be curious about that one for sure. Did I see who Trammell Tillman is playing in Spider-Man Brand New Day? It was announced who he was playing a couple days ago. No, I didn't. I did not see that had been confirmed. This is the first stream I've been able to catch live. I hope you and Jumba have a great week. Well, thank you. He's somewhere in the house right now, or at least he was when I started streaming. I think everybody's inside currently. All 10 of the fuckers are inside at the moment. But we are doing good so far. I appreciate it, Calvin. Has season 3 win? Probably 2027, I think. This conservative network is putting on an alternative halftime show with Kid Rock. Does anyone know if this always happens or it's just because Bad Bunny? This is not normal. It's just cause Bad Bunny and a bunch of people are real racist and real ignorant. So let's see. With the past 2 Spider-Man movies, they released first trailers 4 months before release, so I'm not expecting a trailer until April at CinemaCon, and Doomsday in July with Spider-Man. Hey man, it's the Super Mole. You can do something. Liked Wonder Woman, or Wonder Man. I keep seeing Wonder and I immediately go Woman. I liked Wonder Man as well. What's up, Lucius? You truly bring joy into my life when I watch your videos. All I can say is you continue to be a light in this world, and you are truly an amazing human. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. I don't always feel that way sometimes, so it is nice to hear it every now and then. But, I mean, that's all I try to do. Give you guys a little bit of a reprieve, escape for fucking everybody. You know? There's no reason anybody should be divided in any kind of way. And there's a lot of people that like to do that. And I try my best to make a safe space for everybody. And if you can't be safe with everybody, then you can get the fuck out. Got no time for anybody that's got problems with people just trying to live their fucking lives, man. Anyway, Summer, what's up? As someone who lives in the Bay Area, I can't wait for all these idiots to leave town. My favorite street vendor ran out of food on Wednesday, which was great for his business, but not my lunch routine. Almost went full like Scooby-Doo there. Food routine. Let's see. God, what? That would be my dream to meet Hayden. He had like a special fucking package, which is smart for them to have done this time because the last 2 cons I've been to where he's also been a guest, there was no real preparation for it, and they had to cut off his line like an hour into the day, and it was wrapped around the building from the hall up to the back to the outside to everything, and then like 80% of those people never even got to go through. So they did like a special Hayden Christensen package for Friday, the day before the slow day of the week, and I got that because otherwise there's no shot at doing anything other than maybe the photo ops. But there you can't really say anything, talk to them, nothing. It's just a conveyor belt of photos. Am I by any chance watching Sentenced to be a Hero? If not, give it a shot. Dark fantasy done right. No, this is the first I've even heard of it so far. I might look into it, but I can't make a promise to check out anything new anytime soon right now. By the way, is it just me or is Omni getting the chat messages way after sending it? First time here. Well, I read as many of them, if not all of them, as much as I can, and it takes a while. It's not live. I don't read them live. I can't keep up. But I'm actually only 15 minutes behind? 10 minutes behind, right? No, 20 minutes behind. 20 minutes. That's better than most of the time. Usually it's like 30 to 40 minutes. I didn't answer your Flash question? And then this happens, and then I have to figure out what I skipped. Oh, duh. I didn't even answer your question when I was talking about it. Do I think it would have been better if they revealed it for us when we found out this? If we found out the same time the team did? Honestly, no. I like the way they did it. I think it was good. It was probably the best outcome the way they did it, I think. I mean, it could have worked the other way around, but I don't know. Just in my head, I like the way they did it because it was such a gut punch. But it combined it with this massive growth and choice that Grant had to make. And then, I don't know, I thought it all worked together really well. Hope we get an update on Batman Caped Crusader Season 2. Likewise. Really liked Season 1 a lot. Love seeing your posts of all the cool people and celebrities you've met at the events. Do you have a favorite person you've met? I'd love to meet Simon Pegg. I mean, he was nice, man. I went through his line real quick, just simple, and he was just bright. He was a delight to talk to, even as bright as quickly as that whole thing kind of went by. But as far as like, I don't know, man, it's hard to say. I love Alex Brightman a lot because, I mean, it's gotten to the point, like, he's just such a fun, bright human, and it's fun to watch him interact with other people. You know, him and his handler, like, I've gotten to know a little bit. Like, I don't talk to Alex, like, outside of conventions, but every time, like, he watches the content. So when we do meet up at these places, or I go and he's at a line or whatever, we can shoot the shit for a little bit. It's just, I think there's a funny little dynamic. He loves engaging with the reactors in general. Like, that feud that is ongoing between him and Danny Mata is hilarious. I'm a little jealous, but it's fucking funny. He loves engaging with it all, but he's a lot of fun to hang around with. Matt Mercer is also real high up there too, man. I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite because, like, I love all these people. I've talked to Devin Sawa, he says casually, like it's nothing. I mean, I went to his table, I talked about Chucky, and said it sucks that it got canceled or whatever, and he's like, don't worry. I mean, that's pretty much how it went. Been a good start to the year with TV shows, and 7 Kingdoms exceeding my expectations. You have Pennywise to enjoy too. That's true. Have you ever seen or heard of The Rookie? If not, you should react to it. Like the show, The Rookie? I've heard of the show Rookie, I think, if we're talking about the same thing, with Nathan Fillion, I think. Room, cat, check. No cats in here today. They're all outside. Love how, yet again, another Aegon. We know we'll be getting an Aegon the Conqueror series or movie, and we met Aegon 2 and 3 in House of the Dragon, and Aegon 4 we have not met yet. Aegon 6 is Jon Snow. Spoilers for anyone that hasn't watched Game of Thrones. If I think I remember the main series correctly. I think that's right. But that is only an assumption we can make. It's never told or shown, like many things. I mean, it's one of those things that you don't need to show. There's no need to show, and if you're just watching it, you can infer that as well. I know we disagree. I think there's little value in explicitly, like, spelling every single thing out. Because if it had been any other way, it would have happened in a different way. Like, so there's no rhyme nor reason to really kind of assume otherwise. But again, we're not starting this, Lana. What's up, Michael? Howdy. When you dropping your RE4 Remake Separate Ways playthrough? I was going to do it this morning, but I completely forgot to schedule it. It's done. I did the full thing in one video. Multiple sessions, one video though. So it's uploaded. I just have to hit publish. I don't know if doing that at almost 5 in the evening though is beneficial, so I might hold off and do it next time. I still have not found time to play 6, which I was hoping to do. Some people misunderstood the ending, so I wonder if you know the actual ending or not. Most people did understand, so you probably do. I mean, I've read essays on the ending for a show I've never actually watched, so I'm pretty sure I know the ending. I'm confident about that because I know about the misunderstandings as well. Do you think Devon Sawa will ever get through a Chucky project where his character survives? No, for sure not. That's part of the gag. Just love how much Don Mancini loves using him only to kill him. Have I heard of the Cosmere books, Brandon Sanderson books? I have not. Nope, that is not a field I have ever journeyed into. I think we talked a little lightly about it last weekend, if I remember right, but I'm not familiar. Just remember there's an episode in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7 titled Brand New Day. True, there was. As a cat lover, we hate Arian, Bright Flame, the Knight, and Seven Kingdoms. Yes, fuck him for killing that cat. Just on a whim, little dickhead. I know Millie Bobby Brown writes weapons endings so the actor ride her character off for her character in the show. Yep. I don't know what to say to that because I don't know what that meant. It's been confirmed new Doomsday or Brand New Day trailers today, unfortunately. Really? Well, all right. Well, I guess that's more time for me to catch up on all the recordings I needed to do. Which of the Oscar nominations for Best Movie are you mentally voting for? I don't know who they are. Or what they are, not who they are. Sinners. I'm gonna go with Sinners. I don't think it'll win, but I feel out of all of them, that's the one I would go with. That would get my vote, for sure. The Show the Rookie. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. I'm aware of it. I've just never watched it. Is Jon Snow called Aegon in the books as well, or is he another Targaryen? In the books, the books have not even gotten to where that reveal has happened. The books haven't got past the group stabbing at Castle Black. That's the last thing we saw with Jon Snow's story in the books. I'm prepping food, and I thought we would get something Marvel. It's almost expected, no? I mean, I thought so, but apparently it's confirmed that nothing. Food business today. Oof. What's up, 10K? Sorry I missed a live stream from damn water is frozen. That sucks. I think something in there, it might not even be a clog. It could be like something that didn't get completely flushed out, frozen, and that's what is causing the problem, because the problem comes and goes. So I don't know what's going on with ours. Water problems in the winter is ass. When it comes to Wonder Man, do you have a personal favorite episode? If so, why is that? I don't know if I have a favorite episode. I don't remember. I need to go back through it in my head because I don't remember. It all kind of blends together other than key points. I don't know. I'd have to get back to you on that one. Hey, Damon is just misunderstood. I do think Damon is very misunderstood. Steve from Stranger Things, his character is a queer character in the show. Based on what evidence? Because I'm pretty sure Steve is very straight. Arrow Green Arrow TV show on your channel? No, unfortunately not. I started the channel after... Actually, I reacted to the last 2 episodes of Arrow because I started doing episode reactions during Crisis on Infinite Earths, which led into one of Arrow's episodes and then to the finale of Arrow. So episodes 7 and 8, once upon a time, were on the channel, but something happened and I don't think they are anymore. Actually, no. Episodes 6 and 7, actually, no, those are my reviews of the episodes. My reactions have been nuked, sadly. But that's when I started actually doing episodes. Was way back then. Was in the final season. Favorite Has Been Hotel song? More Than Anything. Yeah, no, More Than Anything. It's my probably still my personal favorite. Maybe followed by Gravity. You may feel what it's like to have a son. Wells the Flash. Oh God, yeah, dude. Fuck. Yeah, just to slice him in half or shove his hand in. Wait, that could be suggestive. Yeah, Funkos are the ultimate capitalistic end stage for my obsessions. I've already got about 200 and don't plan on ever stopping. It's the only kind of thing that doesn't fit the witch aesthetic in my house. That's kind of funny. That's interesting. Yeah, I've had to start getting selective because I've run out of room. So I'll start taking people out and putting new ones in, trading in places, and the discarded pile is like in my closet. Whenever I move, because I am planning on moving this year, I'm gonna try to get new cases, like proper cases, for everything. That way, I don't have to worry about the cats coming in here and one of them pissing on anything or actually chewing on anything that's got a sword. If there's a sword, anything back here with a sword, there's going to be cat tooth marks on it. Personally, I love Keith David's voice in Loser Baby. Loser Baby and Love in a Bottle. Addict is also the best. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 3. Looks like maybe one of yours disappeared because this is that a continuation? No, okay, never mind. Sorry, I got it. I can't write Addict is the best outside the show. Never mind, I figured it out. Love Keith, and also so far so good. He hasn't canceled Richmond yet, so I'm hoping I can finally get some of that stuff signed that I need to get for him to sign. Because I met him in San Diego at a party, and obviously he wasn't on the anything for there. He just showed up, I guess, to hang out and to talk with people or whatever, and drink, or doesn't drink. He's sober, but everybody else was drinking. But he was just there, which was like, what the fuck? And I mean, I talked to him, but like, obviously not the place to have asked for a signature on anything, but also I just didn't come to San Diego prep to have anybody sign anything at all. But this time I'll finally be able to get a chance, and there'll be one less person I need for my vinyl, and so like I have every name on my season 1 vinyl. I have 6 names I need to cross off still. Good afternoon, wanted to say you're such a chill dude. Well, thank you, I try. Dad introduced me to The Flash, and I watched the whole thing. I watched The Legends of Tomorrow, which is objectively not a good show. But it brings me so much joy because of how goofy it is. I loved Legends to a point. Season 6, I didn't really enjoy all that much. The last season actually was not that bad by comparison. I didn't like a lot of the decisions that they made, but it was a good show. It did wear out its welcome, I think, after a little while. Any tips on where I can get a nice, realistic lightsaber that won't cost me a kidney? Shit. Where did I get my Revan ones from? I mean, they were not cheap, the replicas I got. I mean, the Black Series sabers from Disney, they're good. They're not as good as some of the third-party ones you can get, but a lot of the third-party ones are kind of expensive. But the Black Series ones, the official ones, they're still real decent, a little bulky, and you have to use the proprietary Disney blades, otherwise it doesn't work. But they're cheaper. Well, I mean, okay, to be fair, there are third-party ones that are budget-based. I'd have to look. If I can find some, there's a specific store I used to use. I can't remember what it was called, that I got mine from, and they have a bunch of different tiers for things. And I'll try to remember, and I'll send it to you. My brother has a 3D printer, but it just never looks that good, something crafted out of metal. No, yeah, for sure. 3D printed anything is hard to get out unless you can really sand it down and like get the seams out. But like, there are people that can paint something to make it look like legit metal and it's not, but it's also another thing that's just really hard to do. Like, as accessible as 3D printing is, it's difficult to actually get something that looks like polished. I'm fine with the Clayface delay to October since it's a scary film from what I've been hearing. I didn't know it got delayed, but delaying it to October, hey, sounds like a good move to me. I'm going to see Iron Lung with my daughter. Let me know how that is. I'm real curious about that one. What sucks is seeing an episode of Nights early is having to wait 9 days for the next episode. True. Sorry, my question was a little bit hard to read today. I've been having a hard time sleeping at night recently as well, especially with my nightmares and stuff, so thank you for at least trying to be kind. I appreciate it. Well, I try my best. I know not everybody's like native English speakers in here. I will always try my best to understand the question as long as I have enough information to make something out of it, which isn't always the case, but I will most certainly try. My back scratcher just keeps falling apart. I lost the handle, it just came off, and now this just popped off. Fun stuff. Didn't realize 3 and 4 were available for Heroic. Maybe I'm not waiting to renew. Got good news. My bad actor got in trouble and is being charged. That's good. That is good news. You seen or know about Ben 10 Omniverse? You always say, welcome back to the Omniverse in your intro. I know about it. I've never, ever watched it. My interest in Ben 10 ended with Alien Force. I watched most of, if not all of the original Ben 10, though I can tell you I don't remember most of it by this point. And I watched quite a bit of Alien Force, though I don't think I ever finished it. And I never watched any other of the Ben 10 shows after that one. But it is not a reference to that, to be sure. We could be getting something about the Heartstopper movie properly, so that on with the Super Bowl or something like that. That would be interesting. Do you think that Tom Holland married Zendaya? Question. I don't know. I haven't kept up with their relationship or anything like that. I saw people speculating that she might be pregnant, just based on her wearing a big winter coat. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Initially wasn't going to watch Wonder Man, but then I read you say it was amazing, so I gave it a shot, and I really liked it. I wasn't sure if I was going to originally watch it either, but then everybody was singing its praises, and like, okay, well, I'll catch up with it. In Texas is actually spring. It is not cold right now. That's not completely accurate. It is not spring in Texas. It is also winter in Texas. It is winter in the entire United States. We share a hemisphere. It's the same season. It's cold and wet. By Texas standards, it is cold currently. Oh God, Canada got summoned. Canada Graphs got summoned. Going back to the Legends of Tomorrow is not a good show comment. I half agree with that. When it was bad, it was so bad. When it was good, it was far and away the most entertaining show. I agree. I think it had some really, really high highs. But when it was terrible, it was pretty freaking terrible. I still think Supergirl's got the lowest lows out of any of the shows, though, personally. Hey, just hopping in to say, have a good day, everybody. I'm celebrating my 20th birthday right now, so unfortunately, I can't say, well, happy birthday, Gavin. Enjoy your day, have some fun. If you're enjoying the game, go do that. Yeah, go for it. 1 year for Halloween, I was Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. Hell yeah. I did a Joker 1 year. It was more of a grungy, what do you want to call it? Like, it was kind of a grungy hipster Joker. It was made out of Joker colored things that I just happened to have or find. And then the makeup and the hair and stuff. Noted. So I have a better chance of seeing him if I just moved to Canada. Pretty much. Unless you want to sell a kidney, because that package was not cheap. I think it was $800, something like that, just for Hayden. That is not including a ticket to the convention. But it gets you a guaranteed spot in his line for a signature, a photo, his panel, and something else. But it was limited. I mean, it's the only way you're going to see him effectively, because like there were so many people that went just to see Hayden, and I gotta say 95% of the people that were there for Hayden couldn't get to see Hayden. Like, that's just how fucking terrible his line is when he shows up. This is the first one I've seen where he's actually there for multiple days. Though other ones too, I recall at least, he only did the one day. So like, you had the one opportunity to even shoot that shot. And it's just, yeah, the one time I went, I even got in early, and I lollygagged just a little too much inside, completely lost the chance to even get in there. I maybe got distracted for like 5 minutes trying to get the lay of the land first of where everything was located. Already ruined my attempts to even try to get to his line, is how crazy that was. Do you know that Victorious is getting a reboot with different actors and different characters? Why does Nickelodeon or some people have to remake Nickelodeon shows, or specifically iCarly one didn't? Not never. I've probably seen like an episode of Victorious, but that was definitely if I had to and there was nothing else on. I was never a Victorious person. I did like iCarly though, but that was Drake and Josh was my gateway to iCarly. Actually appreciate how you read every single comment. You are the first person I've seen do that. It's great because it does feel like we're all having one big conversation. Hey, I try. And I know like it's the benefit of not having a lot of people here. You know, we don't have a lot of viewers that tune in on these, but we get to spend a lot of quality time with the people that are here. And as long as I have the opportunity, or it's not a huge undertaking to read everything, that's what I want to do. I want to give you guys that. I mean, if it gets to the point where more people do start showing up for these and it turns into, you know, having to pick and choose comments, that's the inevitability of the growth of the channel. We're not there yet, so I'm going to enjoy it, and I want you guys to enjoy it as well. Let's see. Do you think Gen V characters will be in The Boys Season 5? Marie will defeat Homelander, or will Butcher defeat him? I do think there will be some Gen V characters in Season 5 of The Boys, because I think Marie is going to be the key to helping Butcher take him out. I mean, that's what was set up at the end of Gen V Season 2, so it's very, very likely. I always like to rewatch your Heartstopper videos because they're probably one of my favorite other shows that I watch on the channel other than Stranger Things. Don't understand football at all, which is weird. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I've actually been missing it a little bit in the wake of everything else, and Greg and John over at Real Rejects have been going through it for the first time, and I've been watching their reactions to it, and it's been a delight. I love that show so much. Let's see. Oh, I love the new short of Hell of a Boss, and you can say Blitz is one hell of a boss. Yes, you can. Discovered you first through TikTok on one of your Gravity Falls clips, so I came over here, and I've been watching your Gravity Falls reactions in a playlist. Well, I'm glad that someone came from over there eventually. I mean, that's the hope eventually, is to get enough people over there as well to come over here and actually see the full reactions, because I can only show you guys so much for what is allowed. But I love it, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is never revealed, but I wanted to tell you that since Bill is my favorite villain, one of a trillion years prior to the events of the series, Bill Cipher was born. Originated from a two-dimensional universe known as Euclidia. When he was born, he had Velcro shoes and squeaked. When he ran and was beloved by everybody so much that the mayor declared his birthday a national holiday. And on his birthday, Bill gave his free knives to everyone as a gift. In spite of this, however, Bill despised living there, describing it as a dimension of flat minds in a flat world and of flat dreams. And there was one other thing about him that was different. He had a mutation that gave him an abnormally large eye and allowed him to see the third dimension. With that, he had the ability to see three directions known as up, something the others in his dimension could not see. Despite talk of third dimension was illegal in this world, Bill was unable to think of anything else. Join it through the boasting and through good life and having a reverberation rant implied that his claims of a good childhood are false, and he was actually ostracized for his mutation. Well, that's a lot. Ever know? God, you still going on? Holy shit. Ever known as Boston Bears? Probably due to the inherent trauma of the event, he was unable to fully recount the details of the massacre. He does. How loud buzzing noises begins his. Okay, interesting. That's crazy. Fuck. I assume that probably came out in like what, the Book of Bill or something like that, I would imagine. Have I read the series Tales of Arcadia, having 3 shows and 1 movie? The series is in order, ranging from Troll Hunters, then 3 Below, and then Wizards in the movie. No, I'm not familiar at all, unfortunately. We are getting a new Mando Grogu trailer today, though. Okay, so I'll keep an eye out. I don't know if I'll react to that, but I'll keep an eye out for it. Yeah, Jon Snow is still dead in the books. A twist would be if Jon Snow stays dead in the books. That would be... I would hate that. I would absolutely hate that if that was one of the things that they actually got right. My favorite Wonder Man episode is the Doorman with Josh Gad. I wanted to pick that for initially just because it is kind of like this short film of sorts, but I don't think it's actually my favorite episode. To know that Mike and Stranger Things have never been to the Upside Down until season 5? Yeah, I did. Well, Steve said he likes boobies. Didn't say on which gender they have to be. Maybe that's why he has no luck with the ladies. You might be onto something. You might be onto something. Ugh. But I'm just saying, like, there's I don't think that in the show I don't know that they've ever really leaned that direction, but you are correct. Don't know if you know this, but in the comics, Wonder Man started off a supervillain when he participated in an experiment by Zemo and the Masters of Evil that mutated and gave him his ionic powers. Before setting his path of redemption, whereas the theories behind the show allude that he is a mutant. What are your thoughts, and especially with how this ties into DODC and maybe Brand New Day? I mean, I was thinking about that too, because he said they just kind of happened. He doesn't know. There wasn't like an accident. They just happened. And with what happened in Ms. Marvel as well, they made her a mutant in the MCU, so it's very likely he might be. That would be an easy layup for them to not have to go too deep into it or change too much about their lore. So, I mean, it's probably, DODC is going to be involved with any powered person, regardless of how they got their power. So, I don't know. I'm real curious. As far as the connections of Brand New Day, I'm not really sure yet. You might die seeing that I took all of mine out of the boxes. Got some Billy bookshelves filled with them, with little lights and all. I want so bad to take so many of mine out. What I have started doing for like the ones that I do like to display, I have been buying 2 of them. One to keep in the box and one to take out of the box. I don't do it for a lot of my Funkos, but I have done it for all of the U2s that I've started to collect. Because like with all the Has-Been Hotel stuff and all the Hell of a Boss stuff, I've got a boxed one for them to sign, and then I have 2 shelves where they're all displayed out of the box. Have I seen the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 7 finale yet? No. Not yet, no. No. I am on episode 8. It was the last one that I watched. I would recommend rewatching the near the ending of the scene in season 6 finale where the heroes leave Izel's temple after your last reaction to the same vid. I'll try to remember that. If I had to choose a favorite song, Sarah's Confession, I Cried or Lived to Live because of the story of my life. So much fun making each shelf a little world with them. Made a new one for Star Wars with Luke Vader fight scene in the middle. Stranger Things one with the upside down. That's cool. I mean, that's what I also do too. Like some of my stuff bleeds together, but like I've got like my favorite stuff in the back. So I've got Final Fantasy VII, all my Kingdom Hearts stuff, X-Files, some Legend of Vox Machina, Digimon. Here's anime. Here's Star Wars. And then you got helmets. Got a bunch of Power Ranger stuff here. And then this is the books. Over here's books and then favorite character Funkos, just isolated together. Then you got Hazbin Hotel. It's got its own shelf with a shit ton of little Funko, not Funkos, U2s. Then Legends of Vox Machina, Clerks, and then all that is Hell of a Boss down to Power Rangers. I'm excited to see the new season of Hell of a Boss, along with the new other short episodes are going to be coming out this year. Always, always. It's my favorite of the two shows, so I'm definitely excited. Cannot wait for Spider-Man 4. Do you think anyone will remember him after the events of No Way Home? I don't know. That's kind of the big question, isn't it? Like, how is that going to work? I mean, obviously they know of Spider-Man, but Peter Parker, everybody has to re-meet him, basically. You making me want to buy those Hazbin cards. They are gorgeous. Yeah, I tried to get as many as I could with this last wave before the scalpers like ramped up all the prices on it. I missed wave 1 of the original season 1 cards and had to pay the price on eBay to try to get any of them. I got all the ones I wanted, at least from that lineup, other than the secret rares, which are ludicrous. Dude, Lilith goes for $15,000 on eBay. Fuck that, dude. So out of the season 2 lineup, I've been trying so hard to get as many booster packs as I could before they became absolutely too scarce. Leonard Snart started not liking Legends tomorrow once they started breaking the fourth wall, so it became a parody show. I love seasons 1 through 3. I wish it was became a multiverse show instead of time travel. I'm kind of with you on that too. I think the strongest seasons were those initial little bits there. What the hell? There are special blades for it? There's like universal blades that most third parties use, but if you buy the ones from Disney, the official ones, they have their own specific blades you have to get. And you have to order them from their store or people reselling them on eBay. Which I had to do because I got my Revan lightsaber from the Black Series, but it didn't come with the blade. It was just the hilt. So I had to, no, my Revan one came with one, sorry. It came with one, but my Cal Kestis saber that came with my Jedi Fallen Order game did not. And I had to order one because none of the other blades that I had as backups worked, which was annoying. That's how Disney gets you, man. What would you pay to make your own lightsaber at Disney? The price of admission and however much it took to do that. Might actually get to do that this year if some plans I have in May actually turn, actually pan out. We'll see how that goes. Just finished Hazbin Hotel recently. The songs are insanely catchy. So we finally got you? We finally got you? Let's go. I'm pretty sure, right? I remember I think it was you. There was somebody lingering around that I was not gaslighting. I was pressuring into joining us in the conversation. And I think it was you. It might've been you or somebody else, but now that that's happened, you need to watch Hell of a Boss. I think I personally like it more. It's a little more grounded, a little more level. It takes a little bit longer to get to the swing of things, but like once it gets going, it's like, I don't know. I enjoy it a lot more, I think. Same world, same universe, just different story, different characters. Imagine exploring different universes and having a wave rider episode to episode and coming across a crime syndicate. That would have been wild. So you have a lightsaber? What color? What model? I've got Cal Kestis's from, Jedi Survivor. I have that one back here somewhere. I have Anakin's from Revenge of the Sith. And then I have the official Darth Revan one, which is purple. And then I have a replica of it from a third party, which is honestly arguably better. And then his secondary lightsaber, because when Revan was a Sith, he had two lightsabers. He had the Black Series one, which they were selling, is his Jedi saber, and then I got one that had a replica of his Jedi saber and his Sith saber, because he uses them together. Millie Bobby Brown for Stranger Things, who plays Eleven, got to write her own ending for her character. She definitely got to help. A lot of the actors apparently got to craft a lot of what was going on in the show, weirdly enough. So Iron Lung, honestly, one of the best horror films of the decade so far, and the best representation of cosmic horror in film I've seen. It reminds me a lot of Alien, definitely worth a watch. I'll definitely check it out, though. I wonder if it would probably be a good thing to react to. Markiplier fans are tame, right? I would hope. It's lovely listening to you, but chores are calling. Hugs from the West Coast. Hugs right back to you, Summer. Enjoy your chores. Let's see, I could have sworn Talons were engaged. I know they're engaged. Let's see, do you want to see Arian get scratched by cats? I would love to see him get murdered by a whole group of cats. That'd be awesome. Every moment between Henry and Barry makes me freaking cry. Dude, same. I'm so happy I finally got to meet John Wesley Shipp, though. I've been trying to catch him ever since I heard he was at one of our local conventions, but I had just missed him. It was one that started up here. It was like 30 minutes up the road. And it was the year I found out it even existed. It was the day after it happened, and he was there, and I was never able to like cross paths again until recently. And I got, is this still on my desk? I think so. I have to imagine so. I don't remember if I put it up anywhere. I need to clean my desk. Yeah, here it is. He was selling these. It's a remastered, completely reprinted version of the entire first season, the original series in 4K. And he signed it. And I saw that and I bought it right off his desk. So it's painful. I don't even have that much a month. I'm gonna have to wash my hair out from the day and we're right back, and I'll come back later. That's why I hate conventions. It's so much money, and I've heard so many people who didn't get to see the people that they paid for, had to wait for hours, unable to do something else in the meantime. Yeah, that's the pain point of it. You gotta plan your. That's why I try to. If fast passes exist, not a lot of conventions do it, but if a convention has a fast pass or a VIP package, I will get that first. It's not always that much more expensive, and at least you get a fast lane, and it helps you get through a lot of things a little bit faster. Though when there's a Hayden Christensen that's only there for one day, it doesn't help much, and sometimes they will, because of how many people are there, they will ignore the fact that there is a fast pass and just make one line. Sometimes that will happen, but for the most part, I usually get to see, if I with GalaxyCon at least, a lot of the time, if I as long as they're not like one of the people that gets a huge like obscene crowd like Hayden, or who's another one that it's a pain in the ass to go through. Matthew Lillard is also one whose lines are always a nightmare. You want to do them right out of the gate. They better be the first thing you do. And yeah. But yeah, it can be very difficult, but I enjoy so much of it elsewhere. Like the booths, the vendors, the artists, the cosplays. But if you're there for like a person, I mean, you're going to be spending more meeting people than you are just going to the con. I mean, just going to the con for like a day is like $50, depending. But it just depends on what you want to do once you get there. Because it's meeting the people is when it starts to get real pricey. Or if you just start buying stuff from all the booths, because then there's people who are selling like collectibles and crazy shit. Some stuff from overseas. There's just so much stuff everywhere. It's one giant like impulse buy nightmare. What I was trying to say about Steve, I was talking about the actor, not the real character. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I don't know really about his personal life, Joe's. Honestly, every famous person I have ever met has just been nice to a security or running into them by accident. I like that so much more than having to pay for 1 minute of interaction. I mean, yeah. I mean, ideally, that would always be the better scenario. But even so, doing so at the conventions, I I can only think of one time that I had a meh interaction at the table with somebody who I went up to go see. And I try to keep it brief. I could probably, a lot of them do like to talk, but I try not to take up too much of any person's time because a lot of the time there is a lot of other people behind me. I just say what I want to say, and I try not to exceed that unless a conversation breaks out that I can't control. Yeah, dude, John Wesley Shipp was so much fun, and he didn't have a lot of people in his line. I think when I was waiting for him to come back from a lunch, I was the only person there waiting too. So we talked for a little bit. Him and Tyler Hoechlin, also sweet dude, absolutely a charm. Because there's a lot of people like that, man, where they just don't have a huge line. They're not the talk of the town at the moment or whatever you want to say, you know. And them you can usually just kind of hang out with sometimes, unless it starts to get overburied or somebody does come up and you gotta, you know, set your time aside. 100% Supergirl is unwatchable for me. I just cannot watch that as a regular show. Legends, at least I came back for one more first quit show. True. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I tried to watch Supergirl the first time, I rage quit at season 2, and I did not come back to the show until Crisis. And I watched Blind Wave's reactions rather than watch the actual show until I started watching it. After Crisis, because after Crisis I started watching all of the shows, hoping that the promise at the end of Crisis would be one worthwhile, which didn't. Sadly, thanks to certain real world events, derailed so much of that. The actor was talking about where Steve's character somewhere in real life in Stranger Things. Would love to see you do a reaction with Greg again. I came across your Coraline reaction and loved your chemistry. I would love to. I mean, the thing is, between then and now, they've built out their team so much and they schedule so far ahead. It is understandably a very different animal than it was when I had the pleasure of being able to do that. Like, I did that one with Greg. What else? What did I do with Greg? I did a Coraline with Greg. I did Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning with John. There was another one I did with Greg, and I can't remember what. Oh, it was Tales of the Jedi. I watched Tales of the Jedi with Greg. It's just, I would love to. I just don't know how we would actually work out that with the way they do things now. But I will, if I ever go to LA, which I do plan to do at some point at least. We will have to do something. Let's see. Well, I'll be reacting to Invincible season 4 and the Mall Show. Of course. I have to start collecting Funko Pops recently. There's Funko Pops were really addictive. They very much so are. They are quite the problem. No hold the door moment will be in the book probably. I would imagine so as well. This is an entire book read. Very true. Hope we see the wall again in a Game of Thrones spinoff. Same. I'm sure we will at some point. Really love the Game of Thrones theme music. Got chills in episode 4. Cannot wait for episode 5. It was a little different variation of the theme as well, but it was still, that motif was in there carrying it. Real good. Translate calls for people calling the ICE tip line, and this person called to report as illegal for her husband and this mistress he left for his wife. Kind of respect the petty. Wow, what? Calling. I'm kind of confused on the events here. Reading this back. Called to report as an illegal her husband and his mistress that he left his wife for. Oh, okay. So the wife tried to report her husband and the mistress he was cheating on her with to get them deported. That's fucked up. But you know what? like you said, kind of respect the petty, but it's still so fucked. Yeah, the woman called to report. Yeah, I eventually got it. Yeah, I just had to slow down reading it. Let's see. But the most important question is, how do you dust it all off? Please say never. I don't feel. Please say never, so I don't feel bad about doing it. Never. I have dusted through here one time, and it was just to get, and it wasn't even the figures themselves for the most part. I used compressed air to do the statues themselves, but it's just the base of the shelves that I did. I've done it once in the over 2 years that I've been in this spot. With new Disney leadership, do you see Star Wars ending or being negatively impacted by this change up in leadership? I mean, I don't see it being affected very differently at all. I mean, now Dave Filoni is in charge of the whole studio, as co-CEO of Lucasfilm or whatever it is, taking Kathleen's spot. I think if anything, we might be in a pretty interesting spot going forward. I think Star Wars, it's in a rough spot right now because of everything that's happened, but I feel like I would imagine it's in good hands right now. I don't know about the actual Bob Iger passing the torch and how that's going to impact things. It's not going to end. It is not going to end. That's absurd to think that, Zasman. There's no way it'll end, but it can't be negatively impacted more than it already is. Bill Cipher, as his real name, would be evaporate with one expression and the ecstasy of horror on the faces. 13, the last one. I'm gonna start season 2 of The Flash tomorrow. I'm absolutely loving this rewatch. I haven't watched it for years. It feels fresh, if that makes sense. I was watching a couple of different channels react to The Flash for the first time. They started this was like months ago. I haven't kept up with it in a while, but like I did watch all of their reactions to the first season, and it's so good reliving all of that. Spider-Man 4, there's a conversation between Pete and Punisher. I'm predicting Peter. Hi, I'm Pet. Hi, I'm Pet. Or Peter. Punisher, Frank Castle. Don't give a damn who you are. Stay out of my way and let me punish people. I don't read as much as I should. I haven't read Game of Thrones, but my friends have. So every time I talk about season 6 and how it's my favorite, they look at me like I just killed a puppy. Well, nothing terrible has even happened at by season 6's point in the books. So I don't know why they would do that. I mean, I don't even think the show goes off the rails until season 7, personally. I like season 6. Season 6 fine. But most of the time I'll read things after I am caught up with stuff, because I like having an idea of the world and also watching the thing without the expectation or the comparison to the book, and then I'll go back and read the book. I do think the show did so much better than the books, personally. But then, obviously, what happens. I try to get my mom to watch Has Been, but she's one of those, I don't watch animated things. It's for kids, people. Yeah, I did the same with my mom as well, and it's the same thing, man. Like, a lot of adults and a lot of people like our age even still think anything animated is only for children. So sad no Star Wars Celebration this year. Would have been cool if they announced Star Wars Jedi 3 with a trailer. You into Pokemon? If so, how much and in what aspect, game or anime? Well, I mean, I was into Pokemon before the anime existed, in the US at least. I mean, I've talked about this before. I mean, I'm old as dirt at this point. I'm older than Pokemon. So I remember reading the Nintendo Power, in which Pokemon was announced to be coming to the US. And me and my friends were like, oh shit, oh, there's 2 versions? What's this? There's a dragon, dude. This is cool. Which one are we gonna get? And we started planning before it came out. Which one we were gonna get, red or blue. And yeah, so I started with the game, then the manga came out, and then the anime came out in the US. And I mean, I like the anime's fun. It's iconic, man. That theme song crushes. But I was a game person first and foremost. I've at least owned a copy of every generation since. But I haven't finished all of them, though. I would love to have a lightsaber where the blade is black in the middle instead of the white. It looks so cool. The red on it on the inside. Yeah, there's like the dark saber is the closest to something like that. Feasibly making something in a real life is extremely difficult. Not even sure that's a real way to do that. Ghostblade, thank you for becoming an adventurer over here. How goes your venture in the Grand Line? It's going quite well. We are currently unlocking the horrors of Thriller Bark right now. An Iron Lung reaction would be so cool. Might do that. Because I feel like that would be a financially responsible thing to do. Have you ever seen the Flash Gordon movie? I have not, actually. To be honest, I know the Flash has its problems, but I always love the Flash because it always makes me smile, and I relate to Barry so much because even though he suffered so much, he still smiles and laughs, and I relate to that because of my dad right now. You know, I'm right there with you on that too, man. Matthew Lillard is such a cutie pie. He deserves lines that go around the moon. John Wesley Shipp has always been a class act when I've run into him. Also relate to Wonder Man because I have anxiety, so I overthink a lot. How many times have you overthought the easiest thing? And if you were ever an actor, what would your process be? I couldn't tell you what my process would be. I don't even know how I would navigate that, to be honest, but I would definitely, I also related to a lot of Simon's headspace, the way he acts, the way he overthinks, the way he thinks about things, the way he wants to get things right. You know, having more friends that were his friends when he was a kid was his films. I relate to that so much. His social awkwardness, I relate to that so much. There's a lot about Simon's story I can relate to quite a bit. I don't know. I don't know how much of a knack I have for acting, so I'm not sure if I can really comment on that other bit, though. Recently rewatched 13 Ghosts for Matthew Lillard, and his line delivery is great. Dude, that's such an iconic Matthew Lillard movie, man. Literally got a Ghostface tattoo because I love Matthew and Skeet so much in Scream. I mean, hell yeah, man. I mean, that's like the first thing I saw him in as well. I can't remember if it was that or 13 Ghosts. Which one came first? Scream, I think, obviously. Scream definitely came before that. What was I thinking? What are your thoughts on these reactors? Blind Way previewed, The Normies, Struggle Nation. I mean, they're all fantastic channels. I watch every single one of these channels. I am still waiting for the day that I can actually talk to and or meet Blind Wave. I would love to do that, but Scooby-Doo definitely did not come first. Scooby-Doo was most certainly not before Scream. I just saw Lana's little comment here. Scream was like the thing that made him notable, popular. Scooby-Doo was like 2000s and Scream was 90s, if I remember right. Met Adam and Jay, love them. We play games together every now and then. I've conversed with a couple of the normies, Mickey and Siraj. I've talked to a couple times, but Blind Wave has eluded me, and I've had some interaction with Struggle Nation. They followed the channel. I was on their top 5 for last year, which was cool. Apparently, when everybody was posting their top 5 channels that they watched, apparently I was on theirs. I'll never go to a convention because everyone from the promoter right down to the handlers and even some of the talent are just tunnel visioned on the money. They see you as an inconvenience. The ones that I've been to, I've never gotten that vibe. Even some of the talent that I've met have actually sung some praises about a lot of the running, at least of some of the Galaxy cons. I will say some of the organization can be a little rough, but as far as like the people operating them, it's usually been a lot of the ones that I've been to, Even the talent has a lot of good things to say. I've never really had any issues with any of the people working there at any of these places either. I mean, but that's the whole thing is a capitalist journey to like using them as bait to make money out of it. And that's the whole reason a lot of them even get there. I mean, it's twofold. That's not the whole reason. It's twofold. But I love it. I love it to death. Even if I wasn't going there to meet anybody, there's so much community. There's so much stuff to buy. Yeah, I love the vibe. Even if I wasn't meeting anybody, I love going just to go through everything and then see all the artist made stuff as well. That's some of my favorite stuff to go through is every convention's artist alley. Whereas people are there to sell stuff they made. The woman wife called to report. Oh yeah, I already read that one. I'm surprised Egg isn't fighting on Dunk right now. On Dunk's side. Egg can't fight. He's not a knight. He can only knights can fight. Just a random question. Which villain do you think would agree with Ice? Kingpin. Kingpin. He's basically made his own version of it. Let's see. Are you excited to see the new Super Mario Galaxies along with Hopper? Hopper, not even a little bit. Not even remotely interested in. And I'm about Super Mario Galaxy. I am super excited for the new season of Ted, though. And the rest of the film's coming out this year. T-minus 19 days until Resident Evil Requiem. God, I'm running out of time, dude. I had a polish day one time around 4 years ago. Spent hours cleaning every single figure. And I swore to never do it again unless I had a panic attack because it's keeping me busy and concentrated. Yeah, it's just rough, man. Especially so many of these intricate ones. It's like there's not even like proper dusters to get into a lot of those nooks and crannies and stuff. Playing separate ways still, and man, is it hard. It was on my second playthrough, because I've already played it twice. Because when I don't have to sit down and record it, I can just set it down, pause, do whatever, and play it again. I did a New Game Plus on it and beat it in 4 hours. 3 hours? It was like three or 4 hours. So much easier the second time through. But then again, I had to upgrade a weapon, so that makes sense. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But it did get a little dicey there, for sure. What are your thoughts on these Flash characters? Chester, Allegra, Ralph, Cecil, and the controversial ones, Felicity and Iris. Iris is a fantastic character. Felicity is also a great character. I never understood the hate for either of them. There are some cringy things here and there for sure, but I never didn't like either of them. Allegra had some rare moments. Most of them was kind of a pointless filler character. Chester was a filler character for Cisco's absence, and I liked Chester a lot. I like Chester a lot. He did kind of get a little overblown at point times. Ralph, whatever. Cecil was great initially, and then they started cramming her down our throats, and it got real annoying real fast. Finished reading Half-Blood Prince. I've started Deathly Hallows. Hell yeah. Have you heard of the channel Target Audience? They are doing X-Files. Ooh, I have not. I'm all for a new channel starting the X-Files. I'm still watching Dakara, she's a delight watching the X-Files. She's just cracked into season 2 now. Well, on her Patreon, where I'm subscribed. She's on season 2 now. I think on her channel, I think she's on episode 16 or something like that of the first season. But I will look up Target Audience. Going to be watching the Super Bowl tonight. Who's your favorite team? Mine is Cleveland Browns. And who do you think is going to win? I don't pay attention to none of that. I do not have a team. I am not going to be watching the game. If I had to pick a team, I don't even know anymore. Like our family was a Cowboys team, but then it was back when the Cowboys were like really good. Then they fell off for a long time, and I don't know if they ever came back. So as I stopped paying attention after my parents split. Our age, sir. Please don't make me any more depressed. I'm turning 27 next month, and I'm not having it. Oh yeah, I'm 10 years older than you. So Have I watched Ghost in the Shell? I've seen a little bits and pieces of one of the shows that was on Toonami at one point, or Adult Swim, but I've never seen like the film that inspired it all. And it is not on the poll currently. Hardcore book fans think Game of Thrones got off the rails in season 6 since they changed so much and deleted the entire book plots. But I like season 6 of Game of Thrones. I think up until a certain point, most of the changes were for the better. There was a lot of plot lines in the books that I'm like, what the fuck is this about? There's a lot of messiness, I think, in the book world, but I'm still kind of curious how everything is going to congeal if we ever even get to find out. We may never even find out how any of this concludes with the way things are going with George R. R. Martin and the books right now. A remake anime show is happening in July this year. Of a remake of what? Christian. Pokemon X, Y, and XYZ for life. That's my absolute favorite series. Ash Greninja shoulda won. I'm cookie cutter. OG Gen 1 is still the peak generation for me. It's never gotten better. They've gotten close here or there, but Gen 1 is still peak to me. Like Power Rangers and that. Like it never, ever exceeded the initial onset for me. Though there are cool Pokemon that have come out since. There's cool stuff that has come out since, but I think as a whole, like I'm just still so tied into that in my DNA. But I did really like, even though I know a lot of other people didn't, I liked Sword and Shield, and I liked Sun and Moon a lot. Sun and Moon is what actually got me back into it after a big lull in everything. Though I have not played Scarlet or Violet yet still, but I've heard they are not great as far as like optimization goes. But I've heard that Switch 2 actually makes them playable, but I don't have a Switch 2, sadly. I gave up on caring about my age when I hit 33. There's no stopping it. Ain't no stopping it now. Yeah, pretty much. I'm kind of there. But it is funny how many people who do not know how old I am. Welcome to the 30s Club. Fellow 30s members in here. Let's see. Yeah, Thriller Bark people always describe as the Nightmare Before Christmas arc without the Christmas. Yeah, that is exactly a great description of the vibe. Same, anytime I see a reactor starting this year, certain shows, Flash, Arrow, a few others, I keep up with them for the first season or two, then slightly drift away from them. Just too many things to watch. That's exactly how it is to me too. Like season 1, I was locked in. And after the first 2 seasons, yeah, I've started to scarcely keep up as much as I should. Honestly, I don't know how Maekar Targaryen doesn't know what a Trial of 7 since he's royalty. I think if Dunk asked, it would make more sense. I think because he's so nonchalant about it. Like the difference between him and Baelor is Baelor takes pride in remembering things, knowing things, knowledge. Maekar is very much so, he's just there to be king. He doesn't really like dealing with the ins and outs of a lot of this other bullshit that's going on. But Baelor, like, seemingly noticeably takes pride in his knowledge of things. So I expect him to know. I'm not shocked Maekar doesn't. First couple seasons, I'm pretty much committed to watching them. Same. Answered that one earlier. Matthew Lillard has so many good movies. When I need a laugh, my go-to is Without a Paddle. Fuck, I've never actually seen that. I've always seen it pop up, but I've never sat down to watch it. Movie feels so old. I thought it was before 2000. Older than Pokemon. I used to explain to some people who were younger that I'm older than the internet. Public internet, like commercial internet, or the like internet at all. Matthew was so good in Good Girls series. He played that asshole like no one else could. Wanted him to die through and through all seasons. Yeah, the cons I go to as well, the talent in terms of kindness, it's 50-50, because these days doing the cons is the way actors and such get their residuals. Yeah, I mean, that's actually something I hadn't really thought about before. You know, before streaming and all that, you would kind of like, You know, people would be like, oh, these actors are now going to conventions because like the wells run dry or the residuals aren't keeping up with everything or they're not getting roles or anything like that was kind of the perception. But with streaming, residuals have almost kind of disappeared completely. So that's why I think you're seeing more top name people come out of the woodwork and start going to these things. One, it's just a great way to interact with your fans and to see them, to see things, you know, hear the stories. There's a lot of value in it. And I know like the people at Critical Role, man, they love their fans. They love their fan base. They love the people that come out. They care so much. There are some people that most certainly are just there to get a buck, but there are a lot of people that are there. It's quid pro quo, you know, it's a trade, right? Obviously they don't come for free, but they are there to make sure you have a good experience. And that has been the case with every one of them. It doesn't really matter how long. I mean, it matters. Like obviously the grand scale of things, they have massive lines, but like they will make sure you get your time of day with them. If you have something you want to say, something you want to share, a story, an anecdote, or whatever, they will give you that time for sure. I love them, man. They are fantastic people. How would Damon oh yeah, to the point. There's no residuals as much anymore. It doesn't really operate in the same way. So that's I think that's another reason. Like I said, you're getting more people coming out and doing these things as of late, because to fill that void, since the industry has shifted completely around that. How would Daemon Targaryen handle Arya and Brightflame? I think he would have beat his little ass. T-minus 84 years until Witcher 4. I'm way late, but I watched the Ted series and I laughed so hard. Feel so bad for the bully Ted and John doing the dad shit was messed up. Yeah, dude, that's so fucked. And who was your favorite character? Mine, of course, was Ted. Weird question, but how would Peter Griffin feel about Ted? I think Peter Griffin and Ted would get along pretty well. Other than that, I'm not really sure how much deeper that would really go. Favorite character? Probably Ted, man. I don't know how anybody else rises above. The mom, I really like the mom too, but Ted, I think shines way too much. I went to a MegaCon where Patrick Stewart was there, and there was a sign not to take pictures of him at the table, and his handler was serious about it. I did take a picture anyway, which came out fine, and the other is of her looking at me with the death glare. I moved on. Yeah, that is definitely a convention no-no, is to not, because some of them will take, I mean, the whole thing too is they're there to, no, you're taking pictures of other people as well, but also them without knowledge or preparation of it. So there's this, their look, their appearance, their all of it. It's something that is very much so their reputation is abided by it. A lot of the times they'll sell a selfie at the table, or the photo op is the whole point. It's to gear you up to that. So just snatching a picture of them from afar, it's so paparazzi driven, they will they do not shy away from that shit. For sure. And that's like most conventions. That is a no-no. Love when Resident Evil shows things from different characters' perspectives, so we get the same scene played out in different characters' eyes, like Ada's eyes. Yeah, dude. I love seeing so much of what she was doing, because knowing where she was when we were doing certain things was so cool, and how she actually helped out a lot in ways that I was like, oh shit, okay, so that's how that happened. That was Ada. That was so cool. Lox Pratt, who is playing Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter, has such a Potter name. Badass name. Some people are reacting to certain interviews of the Hedo rivalry guys because they can get a little unhinged. Any thoughts on doing that for the Patreon or whatever? Right now, I'm not really sure about dabbling into more stuff, because there's a lot of other shit I do need to keep up with at the moment. Then making Felicity upset with Ollie about the whole William thing was so dumb and stupid. I'm sorry, but that brought her character down for me. And for Iris, it was, how do you feel about the We Are the Flash thing, and how Barry handled Nora? Oh, and how do you feel about Bart? Bart and Nora, I love that. I do think Barry at certain points was a little hard. They both were very hard in very different ways about very different things. But Iris and Barry never really got on my nerves in how they handled certain things at all. And I was not one of, it's a meme, sure, But like I rolled my eyes, but I got what she was saying in that moment, and I never really hated the "We Are the Flash" thing as much as a lot of other people did. But yes, Felicity getting upset about the William thing is very annoying. There was a lot during that whole thing, especially with her paralyzation and then the rehabilitation of her. There's some annoying bits, but none of it ever doctor character for me. Just turned 29. I'm loving it so far, but not looking older than 30. Rooting for Seattle. Boston already has plenty of trophies. I think it gets better at 30. Beginnings of 20s is fun, and during halftime, it gets downward. Ghost of Shell. If I was George R. R. Martin, I'd say screw it to finishing the books and instead finish Dunk and Egg books, since those are the ones probably easier to write from one character's perspective and in one location. I mean, yeah, understandably, they were probably very much so easy to write. He just, he gets bored doing the same thing for too long, so that's why he's been juggling so many new things. And I get that, but there's like an obligation for sure to get that fucking book done. And there's a whole other book that is still to come after that. I mean, we're never going to see the end of it, not written by him. But he also said he's not going to allow anybody else to finish it for him. So once he dies, the story dies. And we may very well never see how the actual books end. Indigo Lead and XYZ are my favorites eras. Debatable on the Gen 1 Pokemon. But hey, to each their own. Pokemon Alola region was real funny. Especially tame after X and Y, because it's just actually tough battle and mental health stuff. True. But no, Pokemon Season 1's peak. Gen 1 peak. It doesn't. It's downhill from there. Anyway, I'm kidding. Kind of. Where's the new Gravity Falls reaction? Every Friday. It's every Friday. It's not late. It's not early. It'll be here when it gets here. My favorite Pokemon was X and Y, XYZ. If you haven't ever watched, how do you feel about it? Estrogen Fusion. Who's your favorite Pokemon and legendary Pokemon? I didn't watch the anime by that point. I had stopped long before that point. Favorite Pokemon originally was Pikachu, and currently it is Charizard. Favorite legendary Pokemon, though, it's a toss-up between Arceus and which one was this Sword Wolf? I can't remember his name. Zacian, that was it. Zacian. It's funny that Makar's son is a complete ass, knows about the trial of 7, but makes sense. I love your reaction to it. That was the scariest scene, and I would try my best to watch it, but then I got to episode 5 and said, nope, I'm out. And I've heard it only gets crazier from there. Never late, never early, quoted Gandalf Omni. A reaction arrives only when it means to. Or whatever the line is. It's close enough. I think it's a blessing that Dunk slept in a warm gel cell since it was raining and he had no pavilion. His poor horses, though, yeah. Raymond Fossaway, laughing at Egg's trauma from his childhood with Arian was in poor taste, but I think it proves his point that Targaryens are messed up. Yeah. Last one for the day, but who do you think should be Miles? Both of these actors are and want to be, love and want to be him. Caleb Laughlin and Miles Carton, aka Sammy from Sinners. Sammy, I think, would be a better fit. Miles Carton would be a better fit visually. I think, I do think Caleb's younger, though, if we're talking age. But I was actually, the Miles Cadden, I think he looks like him. How old is he anyway? Oh, they're like the same age. Never mind. I think it just in the, but probably the old timiness of Sinners made him look older than he was. Ted is so complex because he says the most out-of-pocket offensive stuff, yet you can be empathetic. He's an interesting character before. It's the funny thing too, because sometimes when he says these out-of-pocket offensive stuff, sometimes he's also not like insincere or ill-meaning, and sometimes a little right at times. It's just so funny, the weird balance, for sure. Okay, I'm back. I just brushed my hair and I'm laying it dry. and we'll see if my hair turns red or not. Yes, I'm back. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up real soon. So I'm going to catch up with the check here. It's almost 6. I'm gonna have dinner, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Or not really call it a night. That's when the night really begins for me, man. I got a bunch of recording to do today. I'm almost 10 years older than the invention of the internet. Damn. Damn. Once a Night of the Seven Kingdoms. There will be a relief until the real chaos begins in the Invincible Season 4, Daredevil Born Again Season 2, and The Boys Season 5. I'm all Shadow Lord for me. Haven't played Ghost of Yotei yet. Not yet. No, not yet. I would like to do it for the channel, which is why it takes me so long to go through games. So the next game I will be doing, though, for the channel is Resident Evil Requiem. I'm hoping to do 6 before Requiem comes out, but I don't know if that's going to be happening now. Caleb's 24? All right, never mind. Caleb looks younger, I think. It's probably the facial hair. I don't know what it is. I would have presumed the opposite of those. Iris could have said it's peanut butter and jelly time and annoyed people. Yeah, a lot of people just hated Iris. Oh, and with Ben 10, I wish they did do the reboot and make the adult Ben like to continue the story. Also, I'm from Texas. Both my ancestors are from Sweden. I'm related to Pocahontas on my mom's side, but then on my dad's side, Washington. So yeah, like I said, thank you for being patient. Anytime, man, anytime. Didn't I mean? Have I watched the Billy the Kid series? It's really good. Brings a new twist to the story by really making you feel for him. No, I'm not familiar. No. Thank you for being patient with me as much as you can with your comments, and my mom also really appreciated you because I'm frustrated kid, so my mom is very, let's say, considerate about, and that you can be very sweet about special kids, and who do you need help with, which I appreciate my mom. Test as well, love your channel. All the love right back at you, Bianca. Stories will just live on through the Game of Thrones TV and spinoffs for the next 10 plus years, so I gave up on the books ever being done. I'll just watch the spinoffs. I need the book so I can retcon and wash away the ending of the show in my brain, assuming that the book ending is actually any better. Do I believe in the Friday the 13th shit? A lot of people think that it's a day of bad luck. I mean, that is the superstition, but it is a superstition. I don't think it's actually an unlucky day, no. Never late than never. Pick your house, your Game of Thrones house. If I had to pick, Stark all the way. Though I hate the cold. I just love the Starks and I love wolves. They're the most sensible, reasonable house out of all of them. But maybe, what's the main house in Dorne? Martell? House Martell. They got a good vibe down there. And it's warm. It's always warm. I like warm. I think Baelor isn't as messed up as he's only half Targaryen because of his mother was Dornish, which explained why he doesn't have blonde hair. That's it. Have I ever played Resident Evil 5? I have. I played it back when it came out. Day one. Played it all that weekend, and yeah. Have I finished Welcome to Derry yet? Nope. I got 2 more episodes still to watch for Patreon, but I have not finished it yet. I enjoyed the live. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. You as well, Ava. Everybody feel free to keep up everywhere, man. Follow me on my socials. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on all the things. I'm always interacting somewhere. So get your fill of Omni anytime, man. Also, do your cats ever shove your PS5 Omni? They do. No, I've not really used it in a while. Most of my gaming happens on PC. But most of the time when I'm ever doing anything in the office, I kick them out to avoid anything like that. Gotta go finish the book I'm reading. It's finally getting smutty. May the potato paste be with you. I love you, buddy. Thank you for giving me somewhere to talk a geek. Anytime, Ginger, anytime. If we get a sequel show one day to the Game of Thrones, it might wash the taste from season 8 out of your mouth. That's why I'm hoping for something post Game of Thrones to come out. And they keep not knowing what to do. Legend has it on Friday the 13th, your potato paste will never set right. That's it, man. We don't know what we don't know about the show with Steve's sexuality and the Stranger Things, but since Dustin is then, since he was only a child in his family, Dustin works up to Steve, so it might surprise them. I also think Game of Thrones was fine up until the last few episodes. I think it was fine up until season 8. Just the start of it. But I want Miles to be... Oh, I didn't finish your thing. The Walker's battle of Winterfell was perfectly fine. Everything after was pure dragon shit. I completely disagree with the Walker battle. I think that is that's the one thing about season 8 I hate the most. That I think they absolutely fucked up the most. I could care less about the King's Landing stuff. I think the important stuff which was up north, they completely mucked up. I want Miles because he's from Brooklyn, New York. He was raised in a church and he loves gospel and R&B music like Miles Morales. You could say it's fate. It's a good matchup there. And now that you finished AOS, what are your overall? I haven't finished it. I have not finished it. I still have 5 episodes to go. I'm not done with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. yet. Even so, I put it above most other shows except maybe Loki. No, I'd probably put it over Loki too. It's probably Daredevil is my favorite. If we're including everything, Daredevil is my favorite Marvel show. I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. might be number 2. Have a great one, Omni. An Arya show would be cool. I'll agree. I'd like to see some more of the world, which was the intention. She was going to go off and see some of the other places they've never been to. That'd be cool. Steve and Dustin and the things, and most of the cast of Stranger Things, most of these kids, Steve does not have the main characters doesn't have a lot of screen time with most of the kids. We couldn't see crap during the Winterfell battle. Never took my Funko Pops out of the box because I'm afraid my dog or one of my kids kidneys or one of the cats might break a Funko Pop, so I never opened them for safety reasons. Thank you for the lives. You always brighten up my day and make my day better. I think of you as a close friend, but we're having chicken for dinner and me hungry. See you later. Go enjoy all of the fun, all the food, all the funs, and I'm glad we make a. I know I can get a little frustrated sometimes with certain things, but most of the time I think it's a pretty chill vibe here. We've had some outlier moments here and there with some bad eggs in the chat. Most of the time though, I love it, man. I love just chilling with you guys. I'm glad we can have a little time to set aside and vibe out. And have I heard any more about the new X-Files series in development? Ryan Coogler talked about it quite a bit a few weeks ago. They just confirmed his cinematographer from Sinners will be working with him on the new show. So that was the last update we got, that the person that shot Sinners will also be shooting X-Files with him. How would I rank Wonder Man in the MCU series list? In the MCU series list, Daredevil, Loki, Wonder Man. What's up, Trey? Just right about the end here, man. How's your One Piece journey going? You ready for OPLA season 2? Dude, I cannot wait for season 2 of the One Piece live action. But as far as the One Piece journey, I mean, we're 6 episodes into Thriller Bark right now, where I'm at, and it's just a damn good time, man. I love it. It's so much fun. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now though, but it is so fun. Defeating the Night King and the White Walkers in episode 2/3 is like Harry Potter defeating Voldemort early and then fighting Slytherin Quidditch team. Yeah, it's also just the logistics, like how things played out and the reason they decided to do certain things that contradict the entire buildup of the show, and then all because of Reddit, which they admitted. That's not me speculating. They admitted in an interview why they chose to do certain things that pissed most people off was because either A, they read, people were already speculating about it or theorizing about certain things on Reddit, and it's like, oh, they figured this out, so we changed things just so they didn't, some people, random people didn't figure it out, or just because they felt like it, even they admitted it makes no sense, they made changes to what they wanted to do just to balance certain other things out that blah, 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 blah. Anyway, dude, we have the same back scratcher. Is yours broke too? Have a good night, Omni. Great other stream. 2-3, wasn't sure what episode it was in. I think it was 3. I think it was 3. They betrayed so many character arcs and it finished. Yeah, turning great characters into just scenery. That's a good way to put it. That's a real good way to put it. And then others, they took away the moments they should have had to take other characters away from other moments that they should have had to give them moments that they shouldn't have had. God damn it, man. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, your Sunday evening. If you're watching the Super Bowl, hope your team wins, whichever one it is. And blessed be the great trailers we may or may not get today. But just enjoy your evening, stay warm, and I'll catch you guys next week. Take care, everybody.